out of it. And when Mira poked it, blood just started oozing in the flannel shirt, and we realized it was actually a dead body. We were starting to get super creeped out, so we continued on our way, and we made it to this old rundown western-looking town that looks like it hadn't been touched in ages. And when we entered, we didn't see anybody else, and we looked through we went to a general store. There was nothing. It looked like no one had been there for years. But as soon as we looked around, more and more scarecrows popped up. We wanted to get out of there because it was very creepy, and if all of the scarecrows were like the one we saw before, they were actually dead bodies, and we just wanted to get out of there. We took a path that was only path leading out of town, because as soon as we looked back, that path was gone out of the one that we entered. So we continued down this one path, and we happened upon a house in the middle of the cornfields. And in this house, we decided to knock on the door, but we were able to enter, but we didn't get, verbal confirmation that someone was home. So we let ourselves in. Sadly, Trig could not enter the residence. We went in, and there was an old lady sitting on a chair. We thought that something was wrong, and then we walked in, and we found that her eyes had been scooped out, and she was dead. We were like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And the fireplace was still lit, and the kitchen kettle stove area was still lit as well. So we decided to investigate, and we went upstairs, and throughout all of the rooms, in the main room, which is the master bedroom, we found a letter asking for the warrant of the husband, and we found some pictures of all the family, which was a mother, father, and 2 kids, 1 teenager and 1 infant. We happened upon the teenager and the infant's room, and there was nothing really important, but Willa did grab the baby blanket. We ended up going in the 4th room, which was the bathroom, washroom, whatever, and in the bathtub there was the remains of the teenage boy, and it looks like he had been there, and he was basically soup and bones. It was gross. We walked downstairs, and Willa decided to investigate the kitchen, fearing for the most of the infant. She opened up the wood stove, and it was a super burnt meatloaf. She was like, oh no, what if they turn the baby into a meatloaf? Oh, horrible thoughts. And then Sarah went upstairs to the attic, and Willow followed along with her, because Mira and Tara went outside. As soon as they walked up, potatoes that were flour sack fell from, I think it was like outside the house. And it fell down, and everyone rushed outside, and we're all circling around. And Willa got on her knees and removed the sack, and it turned out to be the infant, but as soon as she went to pick it up, it disappeared. We're all freaked out at this point, finding the mother, teenage son, and infant all dead, and something spooky is happening. We decided to go on our way, and there was a barn, and there was a loud noise coming through there. So as soon as we were walking through the cornfield, behind us, it looked like the cornfield was covering our tracks, and there was no trail at all. As soon as we got to the barn, there was a pounding and horrible noise coming inside, and I don't remember who was going to open the barn door, but someone who had balls opened the barn door, and that's where we left off.
Great job.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah. Nope.
The corn man.
We don't know the corn man!
Besides the obsession with corn, and the fact that Mira got a, corpse thrown upon her, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot, the first one fell on her.
Yeah, it did. Okay, so with that being said, let me get this real quick. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh yeah. Wait, 2. Holy shit. Start off hot.
Alrighty, 20 to 25.
22.
Okay. 15 through 20.
15.
10 through 15.
13.
14.
You said 13, Trig.
I did.
And then Tara, what'd you get?
A whopping 7.
No problem. Okay, so Sarah, Willa, Mira, Trig, and Tara. So thump, thump, thump goes the barn doors. And out comes this decrepit, 15-foot tall, corpse-like construct of hay, mud, and blood. In one of its hands is a large-looking claw of thorn and bramble. Its other hand is this metal, rusted, gutted chainsaw that revs up as it bursts open through the doors, and the battle commences. It screeches at you all in terror. Everyone roll a... let's see. What's this? Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
20.
Hold on.
That's why I drew with them.
Yeah?
That's what I was picturing.
Just like that.
Yeah. Took it right out of my mind.
Where's the corn?
Where's the corn?
Hold tight. I gotta get shoots of corn out of him.
I thought it would be like a massive, like, corn. Like, his body would be the corn and he'd just have weird human arms.
Would he be like a cob or a kernel?
Cobb.
A kernelless cob or a cob with kernels?
Colonel Cobb.
Colonel Cobb.
That's his name.
Colonel
And
Cobb.
now I'm just picturing a cob that looks like Colonel Sanders. I mean, come on. We're on the
Okay.
kernels right now.
So, anyone who rolled an 18 or above, you are safe from being frightened.
Yay!
I'm not afraid of corn.
I rolled a nat 1.
You rolled a nat 1. Okay. So Willa, you rolled below an 18?
Yeah.
Okay, and Trig?
I had a 24.
Okay. So Willa, you are frightened for your first round.
Okay.
You're surprised. So your first round you cannot attack or do anything. Tara, you are blasted away from combat zone and into the corn as the doors fly open, sending you flying away as this scarecrow-looking creature emerges from the barn. But with that being said, Sarah, you have the first action.
Alright, she's gonna be like, holy shit, and blast Eldritch Blast. I rolled a 19.
So, this is something I learned. All spells hit. No need to roll AC. I did a spell casting class, and yeah, the rules actually never say what, it just depends on spell semantics. But okay, sweet. And of your Eldritch Blast, what damage is it?
One bolt hit a 10, and another bolt hit a 10.
Okay.
Rolled real low.
Is there not 3?
Only 2 so far. I'm not high
Okay.
enough yet.
Okay.
I think next
Cool.
level.
So, blast of arcane energy erupts out of Sarah and hits the scarecrow and enraged.
And Sarah's
Willa,
gonna scream, are you the murderer?
Willa, first round skipped. Mira, you're up next.
How close is everybody to this guy?
Everyone except for Tara is within 20 feet.
It's hard to see this without actually seeing a visual where everybody is, but would anybody be in the same 15-foot cone if I were to cast a spell?
Towards it, no. So, okay, kind of how I like to do combat in D&D is almost video game-like, where it's a turn-by-turn basis, because D&D in the mind is kind of hard when I don't have maps prepared for you guys and stuff, so I do apologize, that's my fault. But, so I try to imagine that it's a hit, return to your spot, or something along those lines. So you have the barn with a scarecrow creature at the front of the barn, and you guys are in a semicircle facing it. Does that make sense? So your cone of energy will not hit anyone but the scarecrow.
Okay, good. Because I'm going to go ahead and cast Burning Hands, and it needs to succeed a Dex saving throw.
Okay, dexterity saving throw does not have a plus to that. It actually has a +0, so we're good on that. That would be an 8.
Alright, so go ahead and take 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Got it?
And then she is going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon as well. Bring up her giant mace type situation. And is going to go ahead. You said it automatically hits.
Spells do, yes. AC and stuff, no.
We are looking at. Hold on.
Okay.
Trying to get organized. We are looking at 7 additional points of damage.
Sweet. Okay, up next is our good friend Trey.
Okay. So we're just gonna go for the old hack and slash, how we typically do.
Good choice.
I rolled a 19 on the first slash to hit, and the second one was a 13.
First one does, second one does not.
Okay. In that case, I am also going to cast Radiant Damage.
Okay.
So it is 30 just slashing.
Okay.
And then I have to roll an extra d8 for an additional 5 radiant.
Cool. Okay. Almost just added that to his health. Okay. So Tara, you have been blasted out of combat range, and you are in the thick of the horn. What do you do?
Am I able to get closer to it?
You try.
Okay, I didn't know if I was like afraid of it. Okay, then I'm gonna try to move back into the combat zone. How far away am I? Am I within 100 feet?
You are within 100 feet. However, the corn is magical, and remember, it disorients you. So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god, this dice is trying to kill me.
Uh-oh.
Fucking 5.
You are not able to discern which way the battle is commencing. You are lost within the corn still. Okay, up next is our good friend the Scarecrow. So, let's see here. I think we're gonna have it do Harvest Rain. The creature targets up to 3 creatures that is able to see within 30 feet. Each target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So the 3 creatures it chooses are going to be Sarah, Willa, or no, not Willa, Mira, and Trig. So they were all able to get an attack. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
I got a 22.
13. 22.
Okay. So, for those that got below a 19, you're going to be taking 6d6 necrotic damage. If you success to that, you will take half, so 3d6 necrotic damage.
You want us to roll it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 1, 2. Oh, wait, yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6. 11, 12. 12 points of damage for the full 6 points for half. So its chainsaw throughout the air, and you feel your life force be drawn out of your body and go into the chamber of the chainsaw, and it starts to rev. You see it start to just smoke, and embers start burning it, and you start to feel feelings of despair and just death, basically, as Harvest Rain attacks you. But now we'll go back up top to Sarah.
Could I cast Hellish Rebuke as a reaction?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to cast it at 4th level.
That's a reaction, so on its next turn is when it takes damage.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, we'll take 24.
Okay, 24. I'll just go ahead and take care of it. Alright, Sarah.
She's gonna be like, that fucking hurt! And cast Eldritch Blast again. Bitch!
Alrighty, and what's the dam?
Oh yeah, I don't have to roll it anymore. I rolled a 20. That is a 7.
7 points of damage.
And then 9.
9.
I had math in my head.
You're fine. 16 points of damage. Okay, after that is Willa. You are finally kind of shaken out of your kind of bewilderment, and you are able to attack.
Oh. 18.
18? Oh, that's a hit.
Okay. 3.
How much?
3.
3 points of damage.
Second one is 15.
15? It's kind of hard to hear you.
I'm gonna raise her up.
I have her all the way up.
Hello?
Oh, that's a little better.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Yes.
so much better.
Okay. My input volume is all the way down. I'm sorry.
You're
Fine.
fine. Okay.
Second one, AC 15.
Does not.
Does not hit. Okay.
So, get it inside of the Scarecrow's body. And your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Mira?
Mira's gonna grunt from that first one and is like, I do not think so. She's gonna go ahead and smack at it again with a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
That's another 7 points of damage. And then, conjuring from her hand, she's going to get 3 rays of fire and cast Scorching Ray, shooting all 3 at the guy, which, give me a second. That's 7, 9, and 8.
24 points of damage. go. Alrighty, so after that we go to Mr. Trig.
Okay, so we were gonna go for the hack and slash again, but I rolled a 14 and a 9, so do with that what you will.
Definitely does. He's able to parry you away with his chainsaws as like a metal on metal clash and sparks fly as you're trying to get your attacks in.
Oh, I don't like sparks. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's true, but you're good. Okay, so Terra, something's hot. Oh no, it's a swarm of crows. You're officially in initiative with some crows all by yourself.
Great.
Oh no!
Okay, shit. How many crows are there? Like a
It's called a swarm of crows.
swarm of crows?
Yes, that's the mob name.
A murder crow?
You could say that.
Murder crows!
It doesn't even say how many. It just says a medium swarm of tiny bees.
Okay, oh, hold on a second, let me see. Redid my spell.
Hell yeah.
I redid my spell list, so now I've got to figure out what I can do.
You're fine.
Okay, so am I able to try to cast Ice Storm?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ice Storm. So a hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Dex is +2, 6, 7. So they 7, so they're going to be taking damage.
Okay, so for full damage, it is 4d6 cold damage for each creature in that area.
Okay. 4d6. 5, 10, 15, 19. 19 points of damage. So as these crows start to caw and peck and swoop down at you, you're just conjuring this hailstorm that's pelting them. They're flying and out of the air and falling and crashing onto the ground and burning up into an embery crisp. As this is happening, there's still a few left, but definitely not nearly as much. So we'll leave that, and then next is our scarecrow friend. Okay. He is going after, let's see, Trig, since he's getting some damage in there. It is a
Real quick, DM.
Yeah.
As a reaction, seeing him going after Trig, Mira's going to go ahead and do Warding Flare.
Okay.
Which basically is like a light that just flares and blinds the person, and they have disadvantage against the creature they're attacking.
Okay. Okay. So, with that, still going to be a 19 plus 15, and then a 15 plus 15, so 30. So obviously that hits. This bright light kind of goes on Scarecrow as he tries to back away a little bit, but his claw does come out on Trig. It is 4d4 plus 4 slashing damage. So that damage on itself is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 points of slashing damage with this claw. And he gets another attack with his claw. It is another Dark Reap. So let's see. He's gonna try to get Trig again with that. Of course, I'll still keep the disadvantage. That's a 16, that's a 14. So lowest is 14, 14 plus 15. That still hits Trig, so that would be 2d6 slashing damage plus 2d6 necrotic. So 6, 11, 12, 13. So 13 points of damage to that as well.
Give me 1 second, because I know that I have something going on with necrotic.
Okay. You are resistant to necrotic damage, not immune. So you'll take half of that. So 8 points of damage for that.
Okay, so remind me of the total again. I apologize.
No, you're fine. So 18 plus my original. Shit, what was my original? 12. So 20 points of damage. Okay, back at the top at Sarah.
Sarah knowing that Eldritch Blast has been working, just Eldritch Blast that shit. Because she's boring.
Hey, nope. If it works, it works.
9 for 1. She's like, what would you? And then a second one, she's like, I have to roll the right dice. I'll put you another 9.
Okay, so 18 damage to our guy here. Okay. Next is Willa. Oh wait, he also needs to take damage from Hellish Rebuke. What's the damage?
This isn't my Hellish Rebuke, is it?
It does. It happens on every turn, right? Oh, unless it makes a saving throw every time, I believe.
Okay.
We'll just see what it is. It is a 19, so we'll say the Hellish Rebuke ends right there.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, next is Willa.
I rolled a nat 20, so this bitch
Double
is gonna
damage.
hurt. Okay. 5 plus 2, 7. Get another attack. Whoa, 15, but what's my AC? Hold on. It's 5, so 20. Not nat.
That's right. Okay. Yep, that works.
6.
What's the total damage?
6 plus 7. 13.
30. Okay. He's still not even at half of his health. Let's see here. Okay, next is Mira.
And it worked last time. She is going to smack with the spiritual weapon again.
Okay.
For 6 points damage.
Okay.
And then, heck, why not? We're going to cast Scorching Ray at 4th level.
Ooh, burn
So,
that. Worth it. Worth it.
so that will be 5 rays instead of 3.
Okay.
So, first one's 4 points.
Okay.
Second one's 9.
Okay.
Third one is also 9. Fourth one is 7. And last one is 4.
Okay, so Mira, as you're casting spells, and just this eruption of flame rises out of you, and you guys kind of see Mira in this powerful light of just pure arcane fire energy blasting the Scarecrow. The insides of the Scarecrow literally burst open, and he turns into his second form, which now on the backs of him are these giant-looking skeletal twig tree-looking wings behind him. And his chainsaw arm literally doubles in size, and the chains are literally on fire as he is ready to kill. After that is Trig.
Okay, so run by me again how we're doing spells since we don't need to roll AC for them.
Correct. You just if the spell hit, all spells hit unless there's any type of difference within the spell. Like, oh, roll it if they beat a Constitution saving throw of this. That's just how it is. All spells hit. It's just depending on terrain and immunities and stuff like that.
Okay. Could the guy do a Wisdom saving throw for me?
Yeah. Let's see. His wisdom is plus 8. So
Oh fuck.
that is 9 plus 8, 17.
Well, son of a bitch. I attempted to cast command and I missed by 2. Yeah. So as a bonus action, who all is in melee with him besides me?
It's just you because everyone else is ranged.
Okay. Then as a bonus action, I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Mira because she was the last one to do damage to it.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, you do care.
Oh, shut up.
Plus
that's
2 for
plus
AC,
2.
right?
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. Okay. Next we got Tara and her swarm of crows.
Great. Okay, so how many are left, and are they like are they close together?
Yeah, the swarms typically tend to
Kind of
be like
tightly
hive
knit?
mind. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Shatter and
Okay.
try to take out the remaining crows. So it's a 10-foot radius sphere, and they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw coming right up. Constitution's -1. 12.
Okay, so they're gonna take 3d8 thunder damage,
I don't even have to calculate that because they're all dead.
and then can I use my movement to try to?
Yes.
I'm gonna hope for the best and try to run back and get back into combat with my friends.
Absolutely.
Another Constitution save.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's much better. That's a 19.
Okay, yeah, so you are able to discern which direction the battle is and emerge back into battle as you kind of see this monstrous creature, like, oh, fuck. You're thankfully, the crows never got to you, so you're good on that end. But now we got our guy.
Colonel
So,
Cobb.
here we go. Okay, so the creature chooses a location within 60 feet of it, then blinks into an unoccupied space with whirling dark magic winds around it that also travels around corners. Every creature caught within 30 feet of this creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Go ahead, every single person.
Fuck.
Don't tell me until everyone's good. Okay, you must have succeeded a 21 Constitution saving throw, or you're taking 8d6 necrotic damage. And this has granted the creature advantage on all attack rolls against it until the end of the creature's next turn.
I'm gonna throw this dice away.
Oh, part 2 of that. Each creature that takes any of this damage must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of the next turn. Trig, you are immune from this. Frightening. You're the only one. But yeah, so anyone below the 21?
Yeah.
Did anyone
Yeah.
get above?
Trig did.
Okay, well, there you go.
I got a
Okay.
22. Yay.
So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It says 8, 20, 21, 26, 27. 27 points of damage to all who have not get above the 21 Constitution saving throw.
Ouch.
Ouch.
What was it? 20 what?
21. And now, of those people who have just taken the 21 points of damage, roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh my freaking god, I just rolled a 2.
Anyone below a 20 will be frightened until their next turn. So your next turn is skipped. Anyone did not get that? Okay, so Mira. Okay, so back up the top would be Sarah, but Sarah, are you frightened? Okay. Willa, I'm assuming you're frightened. Mira, you're up next.
Okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm really hoping this creature is not from our plane of existence. I need it to make a charisma saving throw because I'm casting banishment on it.
Sure, absolutely. So charisma saving throw is a plus 17.
Oh fuck.
So that's going to be a 26.
Yeah, no, that certainly beats my 15 DC.
His saving throws are Constitution is plus 16, Intelligence is plus 8, Wisdom is plus 8, and Charisma is 7.
But he's a unicorn.
He's also a demon. Okay, but great, I love that. So you cast this energy of banishment, and literally this scarecrow laughs a guttural, like dynamic, like multiple layered of voice sound of just. So then next is Trig, or is that
Okay,
your turn, Mira?
He's gonna freak out for a second and smack it in the head again with the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
7 points.
Okay. He's finally at half damage. So, okay, Trig is next. Trig, you are seeing your friends almost be slaughtered in front of you. This is deafening as you are the forefront of this fight. What's your next turn?
So when he did his whole disappear and reappear shit, am I now out of melee with him?
He's back to the front of the bar, right in front of you again. He kind of
Right
did
in
like
front
this
of me
creepy
again.
like dash to all behind you and just went and then went back to his original spot.
Okay. Shit.
I'll let you think. Sarah, what's your current HP? I didn't hear you, hon.
41. You hear me? Okay.
Yep. Okay. Willa,
Current HP?
Uh-huh.
48.
Mira,
25.
Trig,
66.
and Tara.
43.
Cool. Okay, go ahead, Trig.
Okay, so out of everyone. Okay, so I'm just trying to get a sense of where everyone is. Mira is not frightened, correct?
Correct. You and Mira are the only ones not frightened.
Okay, and out of the other 3, who would be the closest to me?
How I imagine it was Sarah. So, like, how I imagine it, if you guys picture it, if you will. There's the barn at the front, the creatures right here, and then you guys are like in a semicircle like this, starting with initiative over here of Sarah, Willa, Mira, you, and then Tara. Does that make sense?
Okay, so I am between Mira and Tara.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm assuming we're all within 30 feet of each other?
Correct.
Okay. So I am going to take my chances. And I am going to run to Tara. And I am going to cast Heroism.
Okay.
As long as you're willing. Tara, are you willing?
At this point, yeah. Whatever you gotta do, man.
Okay. You are getting...
You can no longer. You're immune to being frightened.
Yes, she is no longer frightened, is now immune, and she gets... Where is it?
What spell slot?
Just first.
Just first,
So she's getting 15.
Temporary health points.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. I am going to, like, with my hand on her shoulder and looking over at Mira and looking at her, and it's like, we need to fucking run.
You don't think we can fight it off?
You get one more response.
And okay, just he'll shake his head, and I can't.
Alrighty, so, and then Tara, that you are now no longer frightened, so you are back in the game.
Okay, I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt, and I'm going to aim for the chainsaw. I'm gonna try to disable the metal chainsaw with Lightning Bolt. Shit, hold on, let me see. So that's a, dexterity saving throw, and on a failed save it takes 8d6 lightning damage.
So Dexter, nothing. So 16.
Okay, so it'll take half damage.
Okay, what is it?
Full damage would be an 8d6.
So 4.
4.
5,
Did I read that
10,
right?
14,
Yeah,
15,
46.
16. Okay, so 16 points of damage. And an additional to 10, so 26 points of damage because of the chainsaw. So thunder erupts and lightning strikes the chainsaw, and you see it get electrified, and you see its arm starting to crumble in and twist in, as that looked like a weak spot on the scarecrow. Next up, so we got. So it is going after. Let's see. It's going after Tara because of this. It is a plus 12 to hit. So 19
I was
plus
gonna say,
12. Yeah.
Mira's gonna use Warding Flare again to impose disadvantage.
Sure. 13, lowest was 15, so 15 plus 12.
I mean,
So yeah.
to hit.
Okay, so you're going to be taking 2d6 slashing and 2d6 necrotic, so a total of 4.
Do I roll
And
that?
then I can roll it. 2, 6, 9, 14 points of damage. And then the claw attack goes again, so he uses the chainsaw against Tara and his claw. So that is another. I'll keep Mira's save for disadvantage. So that is a 9 and an 18. So 9 plus 12 is 21. So that's a hit. That's 4d4 plus 4 slashing. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage.
Okay. Okay.
Tara is getting hit.
She's yeah, she's pretty hurt.
All right, back at the top at Sarah.
Alright. So Sarah's gonna look at Trig and be like, I'm really sorry about what I'm going to do next. And then she's gonna cast Wall of Fire at 4th level to
Okay.
encircle him.
Okay.
It has to be a dex saving throw.
That's a +0, so that's good. That's good. 15.
Misses. So he has failed that because that's a dex of 16.
Perfect.
So
5d8.
5d8. Yep. Let's see.
Yeah, you want to roll? Or you want me to roll?
I can roll it if you want me
Sure.
to.
Go
I
ahead.
just did it. 33.
33. Dang.
And that will, and she's gonna be like, alright, this gives us a chance to like catch our breath.
Okay, so he is now surrounded by this 10-foot wall of fire, and fire starts to go around the cornfield and erupts into the barn as the barn starts billowing fumes of smoke and the fire starts to erupt around the cornfield surrounding you. You are now trapped within the cornfields of fire and this fire barn building. Trig, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck. 12.
You're going to be taking 4d. No, not 4. I think 2d6 fire damage from that.
But it's a magical fire, so it's only where I say it goes.
So, okay, I guess you could say that. I was thinking like this fire has now caught the barn on fire.
No, it's like a wall of fire. Like I can say how long, how high I want it to go. So like I want it to circle around
Around
him.
the creature. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we're protected from him because he can't pass through, or he gets damaged more.
Okay. It doesn't. It is like magical fire, or does it say it just causes fire?
So you create a wall of fire on a solid surface within range. You can make the wall up to 60 feet long, to 20 feet high, and 1 foot thick, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick. The wall is opaque and lasts for only 1 minute. So the fire only lasts a minute.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll say that the fire does not catch the barn on fire or any other corn as well. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, I know it's
No, you're
cool,
fine,
but
no.
I was like, this is magic fire though.
Okay.
It goes away.
So does fireball count as magic fire?
Well, you're hitting the person. Oh wait, fireball. No,
Yeah.
fireball. You're scorching shit.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now we're good. We're good. Willa.
Since this wall of fire is still up, right?
For 1
Wh-
minute, so I think
for
we
1
go
minute,
around.
okay. Willa looks to Trig and she's like, I'm sorry. Tossed me. And so Willa, with her movement, goes to Trig, and she wants him to toss her up, so while she's doing that, she can shoot over the wall and still hit him
Okay.
with her arrows, because if she tried to go through the fire, the arrows would catch on fire and disintegrate.
Sure. So Trig, strength. Mira, or not Mira. I'm sorry. Willa, acrobatic.
19?
Okay. So she's Trig is able to throw you up into the air.
Okay, 23.
Okay. Yeah, and you are able to get into position to do your fire or to get your bow and arrow. Go ahead. What's the
2 plus 5, 21.
That's a hit.
4,
4 points of damage.
and then 2, second hit. That would be 16.
That does not.
Damn, okay. And she falls to the ground.
Perfect. So 4 points of damage to that. Okay. Trig, you are up, my friend.
Okay, so my, heroism that I cast on Terra,
Yeah.
it has a length of a minute. Would that be up?
I know like each round is like 6 seconds. So like technically, I think it's 4 or 5 rounds. So.
Well, it's also concentration,
Oh,
too.
then yeah. We'll just say it was just that round.
Okay. So then I am going to, because I can't do anything melee now, or I will get all nice and crispy. We are going to cast Aid at 3rd level.
Okay.
That way I can get all 4 of my peoples. And this lasts for 8 hours, no concentration. So it's just you have it. Your max HP as well as your current HP all increase by 10.
5. Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, 10 because I'm casting at level 3.
Got it. Sweet.
Wait, so what goes up by 10?
Your max as well as your current.
Oh, okay. Also, is there any reason why Mira wouldn't be able to have her turn?
Oh. Yes, because you suck. Just kidding. No, go ahead. I'm
Aw.
sorry.
Alright, there's not really anything spectacular I can do, because most of my spells I have to be able to see exactly where it is, and I can't put them on wall of fire, but I still have my spiritual weapon for like 2 more turns, so we're gonna whack at it again.
Are you gonna like throw it?
That is...
How does that work? So can anyone go into the fire that's not being affected by it?
I'm reading right now. My thought process was like, oh, we could heal people. Or back away if we needed to. Let's see.
The wall appears. Each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw on a failed save takes 5d8. On the wall side, she's cast.
This says we deal no damage.
Okay.
I don't. Maybe it goes
Yeah.
through.
Yeah, the other side. Okay, so the other side of the wall deals no damage. So outside of the walls, you're fine. But if you go into the circle of fire, yes, you do. So Mira, do you still want to use your weapon to enter the fire?
Spiritual weapon is floating over top of them, so I'm just whacking.
Oh, okay.
So that will be...
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm sorry.
So she's not physically wielding it, it's literally taking
Oh,
space above
got
the
it.
creature.
I was like, are
Yeah.
you? Okay.
No,
got it,
think
got it,
like
got
Acme Anvil kind
it. Yes,
of stuff.
10-4.
Yeah, it's a spectral weapon that can go wherever basically I want it in range and just keep hitting till it's no longer going. So that is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And since I know where it's at, but I can't I can't shoot anything at it, but I know where it's at, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Sacred Flame down on it.
Okay.
Which... That's not going to do too much, but that is an additional 7 points of damage.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Yes.
You got a 2, so you're good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so 1d8.
It was 2d8
2d. Oh, because you're
plus 4, so you're looking at, what did I say? Hold on.
4.
It's 8 points damage, because I got 4 points damage, and then
Yep.
I also add my wisdom to cantrip damage.
Alright, there we go. Okay, Tara, you're up next.
Okay, well, since it worked well last time, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Lightning Bolt at the chainsaw again.
Sure.
So, dexterity saving throw.
7.
So it will take. I'm gonna use some sorcery points, and I'm gonna cast it as twin spell. So it will take double damage. I'll cast it twice, and it's 8d6 lightning damage for each bolt.
12. 18.
So 16d6.
That is 45. 47 points of damage. Dang, bro.
Yeah, she's hurt. She's pissed.
Yeah, she's an
I'm
angry
getting
son of a gun.
fed up with this guy.
When you cast the spell, the chainsaw bursts out of it, and then you see the scarecrow literally collapse in on itself as the flames start to pick up, and the wall of flames dissipate at this point. I would say it's a turn, right?
Yeah, I think
Ash.
so.
Ashley,
Yes.
how long does wall of flame last?
1 minute.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're
I was
fine.
reading. I was looking for spiritual weapon gifts.
Okay.
I'm
So-
looking for Laura Bailey.
You're fine. So.
Fine.
You're fine. So the chains, you hear it explode out of it, and then you see it shoot up into the air using its wings, and starts hovering above the wall of flames, and goes in for its next set of attacks.
You bitch.
I'm sorry. This thing wants you all dead.
I want it dead. I want to eat it. Core man.
Okay, so it's going to, let's see, it's pissed off at Tara.
Oh no!
Oh no!
So plus 12 to hit. That's a 15.
That's
Okay.
Wait, I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and do a warding player one more time. Try to impose disadvantage.
Sure. And that's a 16, so
that's
okay.
It's
So-
worth a try.
Hey, listen, it was worth a try. That's all that matters. So 4d4 plus 4 slashing damage, which is 4, 5, 8, so 13 points of damage plus 4. So yeah, 13 plus 4, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage. That's with the claw, and then so it swoops down, attacks with claw, and then it goes over to Mira because it's pissed off at Mira and her unionisms. We'll keep your same disadvantage. 5 and a 10, so 5. 5 plus 12. 17? Is 17 a hit?
Oh, that's just... My AC is 16, it's just above.
So that hits. 2d6 slashing plus 2d6 necrotic. So that's 4d6s. 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. 11 points of damage. You are not immune from the frighten. That was Tara, so go ahead and roll a constitution saving throw.
20. Not natural.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is for Mira.
Oh,
it went after Mira.
Okay.
Mira and Terra.
You think Constitution
Yes.
saving throw? 20.
Okay, yeah, so it is good. You are good. You are no longer able to have the effect of frightened on you. Okay. Back up to Sarah.
Sarah is going to do this motion, and she's gonna be like, poison spray. You have to be a con save of 16.
He has a conditioned immunity of poison.
God shit!
So you cast the poison spray, and yeah. So sorry. Willa.
She's going to use her bow, of course.
Also, no more fire.
Oh, yes.
I lost concentration.
Yeah.
Casting that.
17.
That's a hit. Oh, wait. No, not a hit. 18. You get two attacks?
I do. That's what I was gonna.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Next is Mira.
Alright, so Mira is going to use her last spiritual weapon. Hit it before it dissipates. And that is 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, because she is pissed and does not like where she is sitting at health points, she's going to cast Burning Hands at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that is 5d6. So hold on a second.
Sure. Tell me and I'll add it up.
$18 points of damage. If it fails its dex save.
Dex save is 19. So take half?
Yep. So another 9.
Alright, sick. Next is Trig.
Okay, so fire's gone. There is nothing in range between me and this thing, correct?
Correct, yes. It is now
Okay. So, because everyone else has decided to keep fighting, I guess he will continue to keep fighting as well. We are going to try to hit with a 24 and a 19.
Yep, those hit.
Okay, we are also going to throw Branding Smite on there. I think that's what it's called. Yes? No? Maybe? Yes, Branding Smite.
Okay.
So, the first one does 26, 30 points of damage. 4 of that is radiant.
Okay.
And then the second one just does 22.
So 52?
Yep.
Okay, so you see this creature fall to the ground, and it finally hits in a sickening crunch. And it seems to be dead. Killed it. But then something is crumbling underneath the earth. The earth starts to move, and rocks and pebbles start to shake below your feet as a demon emerges from the carcass of the scarecrow. And the first form of this demon arises. 30 feet in size, horns that spike all the way down its back, with embers and smoke casting around it. This is a powerful demon. It gracefully touches back down onto the ground in front of the barn. And it tremors as it kind of like looks at you all, and it's ready for a feast. And then, what's that in the distance? 3 swarms of crows start falling in and perching itself on the barn as you're seeing all these crows just fly and swarm around you, darkening of the sky almost like a storm. Terra, you're up next.
I'm gonna look at the group and be like, what should we do?
You get 2 answers.
Sarah's gonna be like, banish this thing!
Trig's just gonna look at her with like this knowing look of, you knew we should have left a while ago.
One more response from anyone?
Run!
Can't.
Well, I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the thing,
Okay.
and beams, and I'm going to cast that as twin spell as well, so it would be 4d10.
4d10. You want me to roll or you want me to roll?
You can roll it. Okay.
4d10.
Yes.
6. 5, 11, 16, and 9.
And then I'm gonna run
Where are you running?
away. Just, I guess, I'm gonna just start getting away from the situation and just move back towards the cornfields, but not go into the corn, but I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you can back up into the corn.
GTFO as much as I can.
Sure. Okay. You end your turn?
Yeah. How much damage did that do?
25. Let's see. So... Okay. So, this has turned interesting. Okay, so he goes after... What do I do? He wants to kill you. Death Wish. The demon can grant any humanoid 3 oh no, that's not what we want.
Wishes!
Yeah, let's grant wishes.
I'd wish you'd die.
Okay, Hell on Earth. The demon causes the surrounding area of 90 feet to turn into that of a hellish landscape. Any creature that enters or is in the area makes a Constitution saving throw. On a fail, you take 5d8 fire damage. If a success, it is half. And you must continuously make saving throws as long as you're within this area. So basically, all the corn has turned into a hellscape of fire and ember and ash. You are surrounded in this small 60-foot square, no, I won't call it 90-foot square, or circle of field and barn and demon. So, anyone roll below a 25?
I rolled 21. Damn it.
21.
Oh no.
A 9.
11.
5d8 fire damage.
What if you roll a nat 1?
And what if you're a vampire?
What? I got you. So, a nat 1, you will take double damage. Vampires also double damage.
Are you rolling the damage?
Yeah, I got you guys. I will skimp it. I'll just do 5d6. 10,
I'm generous.
14, 15. I know. So sweet. 15. 16. 16 points of fire damage. So that'd be 32 if you are doubled.
That puts me at 0.
Okay, good, great. Love that.
But with Strength of the Grave, I can make a charisma saving throw to get back up.
Okay, sure.
So, the DC is 5 plus the damage taken. Okay, so I failed it. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you are at 0,
JK.
correct?
Yeah, Tara's out. I'm out cold.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm not out yet!
Okay. Let's see. All right. Back up to Sarah.
Sarah's going to cast Banishment on the demon and send it back to its plane.
Okay.
You have to defeat a charisma save of 16.
Okay. So with his, well, it's an automatic because his charisma is now plus 18.
Plus 18.
Yep, he's a demon now. He's no longer using the corpse of the of the scarecrow. He's in his natural form now.
Damn it! This is for demons specifically.
I know, right?
Like that was like the one thing I'm like, okay, I'll just send it back to its plane. It stays there.
No, you're fine.
Done.
You're totally fine.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. Next we have Willa. What are you doing, Honey Bunch?
21.
Let's see.
3.
Demon.
Oh yeah, it's a new AC.
26 is the one to beat.
With her action, she's gonna run backwards.
Towards the fire?
Fuck. Never mind. I'll just do my second. No.
Okay. So after that's Mira.
You know what would be nice right now, guys? Divine Intervention, which I don't get for like another 2 levels.
What would also be nice is if you would listen to Trig when he said to run. Right, Tara?
Run where?
Oh, you know, before the fire?
Mira's going to run over to Tara and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay, so that means you are good, you are stable, you don't have to roll any death saving throws. Right? I believe that's
yes.
Yeah.
And there is no point of exit. All we see is fire.
Fire. Hell. Demons.
Is it actual fire or is it an illusion?
It is actual hot fire.
Alright, then with whatever movement she has left, she's going to try to drag Tara as far away from the creature as possible.
Okay, sure. We'll kind of get you over to where Willa is. Alright, Trig. You're up next.
Okay,
I sent you a message, did you see it? I think so, yes, is my answer.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
Hit enter on this, and go ahead.
Okay. So...
Do you want me to do it? I can do it.
Yes, please. Yes.
Trig looks around at his friends, seeing they're in the absolute death and decay of hell and born from darkness and evil. Trig looks at you all, and in one final smirk, he takes off his daylight ring, releasing him to the full potential of his vampiric powers. Trig, do you have any last words to say to your friends?
Oh no.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
He's going to look at Tara and say, "We could have run." And he is just gonna fucking go for it.
Alright. Immediately, this darkness of vampiric power erupts around Trig as he transforms into a higher vampire. Wings of darkness spread from behind him as he just grows this muscly looking bat-like creature. And he flies up into the air and drives himself straight into the demon. And you all shield your eyes as this enormous eruption of white-hot flame engulfs the demon and the entire area of this. When you all look, finally open up your eyes to the absolute madness that you have just seen before you, you realize that the entirety of the cornfield has disappeared. There's nothing on fire anymore. But you are in the middle of the fields, and in the distance, you can see the corn stalks move like a wave of lapping against the shoreline, and each fall and rise adds takes away another layer of these corn stalks, and it gradually turns itself into a pathway leading forward. You notice that the road ahead is covered in black ash from the barn that billows black smoke in the distance. Around you, you see that the pathway heads forward to the mountains in the distance, and Trig does not return from the ashes.
Why did I have a feeling this was gonna happen?
Am I conscious or no?
Yes, you're stable.
Okay.
You're stable at 1 health point.
Okay, so I'm awake. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Sarah's gonna stumble towards the ashes and like kind of half laugh a little bit. She's like, "Very funny, Trig. Okay, come back like you did last time."
He came back.
No.
No vampire returns.
He'll be back.
He sacrificed himself for us.
Oh, he did this before. Remember when he turned to ash?
Yeah, the same thing happened. It's fine. He'll come back in a bit.
But it wasn't against a demon. And Willa, she falls on her knees and she cries. He was such a pain in the ass. But he was a good pain in the ass.
He's not really dead, is he?
Sarah's kind of still in between shock and disbelief, not believing. She's no, he's gotta come back. Scooping up the ashes, no, he's gotta come back.
He's not coming back, you guys.
You don't know that.
Don't say that. We thought that the first time.
Yeah, but the first time wasn't against a demon.
What do you know about demons? What do you know about
What do you know about demons?
A lot.
And have you seen anybody completely go through a demon, come back?
No.
He wouldn't sacrifice himself to save us, would he?
Like I
Exactly.
The Mira would know there's not enough left of his body to cast Revivify, correct?
Correct. You guys can't even, like, if you try to enter the cornstalks, you just return back to the path. It's not letting you go towards the burning barn off in the distance, as you see it just erupt, smoke and decay and ash.
No.
Sarah doesn't realize, but she has tears like streaming down her face, like trying to scoop up the ashes, basically.
He was a good pain in the ass, and he cared for us in the most unusual way, but he cared for us, guys. He was a sarcastic jerk, but he did this for us. Because we couldn't have made it out alive.
Know that? We needed him. We still need him. The prophecy, remember?
DG steps forward and she says, prophecy.
Like, 5 people or 4 people have to meet the green man, and then we, like, stop the end of the world from happening.
What do you know of a green person?
Oh, it was like Lady A, and he's, like, in Ozendor, and Damer's there with him, and I think our other friends are. Maybe that's where Drake went.
I've seen this person before.
How?
Or maybe I'm getting a memory of before the tornado. There was a green person, all dressed in black and a tall hat. Don't remember much, but everyone called him Wicked.
Well, he's not that wicked. He was kind of nice to us.
Do we actually know the Green Witch is Lady A?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did because I spied.
Yes, Ashley does that. Yep. Or Sarah. Yeah.
I know. Okay, nobody else does. I was like, great person!
What do you mean that the green person is Lady A? What are you talking about, Sarah?
When I cried back at the swamp, he kind of looked up when I was fighting Xavier, and I was like, holy shit, I know that person. I thought I told you guys, maybe I did it because it's kind of a shock. I think he's a prisoner.
You never thought to mention that? This whole time?
I thought I did. That's why we had to get to Oz, besides all of our friends being there.
You could have said that.
That's valuable information everyone should have known.
Is there anything else we should know that you thought you told us?
I think that's true. I'm not lying, right? Okay. I don't know anything. I can't lie, you guys. Trust me. I know everybody there's in danger.
Except about your name, apparently.
I can't tell you
lie.
my name.
You can withdraw information. That's not necessarily lying, but you're withholding it.
It's still dishonest.
I will say, Mira is going to shoot a very dirty look over at Sarah at the mention of them asking, is there any other secrets? And is going to be like, come on guys, we have places to be. Trig just sacrificed his life for us. We might as well keep going on and get all this done and over with. And she's going to start walking.
Tara's going to hang her head and follow behind.
Willow will follow as well, defeated.
Sarah doesn't want to leave. She's going to take a vial and put some of the ash in and pocket it and be like, you'll get a nice burial, I promise.
So you all look at each other and you press on, covered in mud, blood, and grit. And with each passing step, you're getting closer and closer to the end. The darkness has taken so much away from you, and it's time to do something about it. So, let me do this real quick. I have a narration. And it's a little different. The ancient walls of the black and emerald stone palace come into view as you see a figure hunched over a table facing an open book upon the desk. Another figure appears from the other side in a tight fitted suit. The dark elf's platinum blonde hair is immaculately held back by an obsidian crown. The green glow of the room casts a strange light on his sharp features and narrow eyes as he moves swiftly over to the large bay window. Below is the subterranean city of Ozendor. Why didn't it work? He says in a low tone. I don't know. The black-cloaked voice calls out from the desk. You should be able to do anything with that grimoire. You should be able to take care of those slippers with ease, lady. I want them. I don't care how you do it, he says. You finally see the other man's face. Green. Not a seasick thing, but an emerald. His red hair is contrasted against the color, and on top of it is a tall, pointed hat. I'm trying to, wizard. I'm trying. I don't think you're trying enough. They will kill you, witch. They already killed your sister. What makes you think that they won't come after you next? Nathaniel flinches at the mention of his sister's death, Fiona. Still fresh, even if it was something that happened 2 years ago. He blamed himself for casting the spell to protect her. But if they didn't have to snoop, they didn't have to go poking around at his sister's house in the first place. He tried to do a good deed, but in the end, it resulted in the death of Fiona at the hands of those heroes. Xavier looks at Nathaniel's inner turmoil with a double smirk. They want to finish what they started. I won't let them. Xavier's thin eyebrows raised. V. An elven woman steps forward from the shadows. Yes, my lord. Did you get the prisoner? Yes, with ease. She wasn't much of a fight. Good. Let the next part of the plan commence, and I've had it with trusting this pathetic human with my plans. Seems he can't snatch a few self-proclaimed heroes. Put him back in the tank. Nathaniel calls out. No, wait, please! No, I can do better. I just need more time. Please, wizard! 2 guards emerge from behind him and grab him under his arms, restraining him. So pretty when you beg, Xavier says as he runs a finger over Nathaniel's green skin. Do it again. Nathaniel, holding back every urge to break free and run, to grab that broom just as he did before and run out the giant window and fly back to the Western Kingdom. But he couldn't do it. Please, wizard, I can do it. Xavier looks at Nathaniel in his pathetic state. Well, I guess everyone deserves the chance to fly. Let him go. Show me what Wicked can do. The 2 guards release him and he falls forward on the cold stone. Show me some fucking magic, boy. Nathaniel goes over to the table and flips through the pages of the book, looking for something before landing on a page covered in words that started to look familiar to him. He began chanting the incantation, and magic rips through the air, illuminating the dark hall, and then going into the ether. He had cast another spell, and the rest of his flesh turned green. Back in the tank. What? The 2 guards go after him, but he breaks his chains and both hands extend towards them. They're hoisted up into the air, grasping at their necks for air, as if they'd just been pulled up by invisible ropes. Another group of guards enter the hall as Xavier leans against his desk, observing. Their bodies start to twist in unnatural ways, and the loud crunch of their bones and flesh being torn reverberate throughout the echoes of the hall. Eventually, they turn into something not human at all. They have turned into nothing more than a vicious-looking monkey with wings sprouting from their back. The other guards come toward him, but the creature swoops down at the guards, tearing at their flesh, and the warm blood of them spurts across Daniel's face, protecting him. He feels unstoppable. He feels like defying gravity at that very moment, showing how wicked he can be, but his arms fall to his sides in defeat. He's not powerful enough to take on Xavier, even with his 2 new familiars at him. Bravo, Xavier said, slow clapping and moving over to Nathaniel. The witch falls to the ground in exhaustion and starts breathing heavily. Xavier lifts his chin up with his hand and looks into his eye. You did beautifully. The new world will fear you, and your little. The animals start to screech and twitch, bloodthirsty, but they don't dare go forward unless their master tells them to. You paint me as the villain, but I'm just getting justice for my sister. Xavier looked. Only evil knows evil. The elven woman V chuckles at the corner of the room and steps over the bodies of the fallen guards with ease. All right, pretty boy, get up. It is time to cast. You arrive at the base of the Frostfells near twilight, the emotional weight of the day hanging heavy on you. It's going to be tough to travel through the mountains running on empty, and from basic knowledge, it's never good to wander into the mountains at night, for who knows what lurks within them. What do you all decide to do?
Willow looks around, and she huffs, knowing of what you just told us. Mm-hmm. We should make camp here for the night. We shouldn't travel into the mountain before daylight tomorrow.
I could use a rest.
At this point, with how much damage Mira's taken, she's probably wheezing from the entire, walk there. It's hey, second that.
Yeah. Tara's, clutching her stomach and, bending over a little bit, definitely. I haven't cast that much magic in, maybe ever.
I don't have any spell slots to cast Tiny Hut, so we're kind of on our own.
I can start a fire.
And I can take first watch.
I'm gonna sleep.
DG looks and she looks to a small clearing in the forest line and she says, "Over there, there's a clearing in that orchard. We can rest there."
That's a good idea. As they walk there, Willa's going to pick up twigs and fallen logs and stuff that she could find.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys managed to set up camp from the provisions and stuff that you have on you and from your knowledge of, I'm not going to make you roll for setting up camp or anything like that. But the events of what just happened is just eerie, and you start to realize the full potential of what darkness can do and corrupt the world left unchecked. You all start to gather around the fire. DG starts cooking up some rabbits and some other things that Toda and her were able to scout and find. And she sits down on a log and she passes out food to anyone who wants it. Also gathering some apples and some other things that she gathered in the forest for those who do not meet. And she just kind of is tending to herself as Toto lays down in her lap or on.
What are we going to do when we get to Ozendor? It's just 5 of us now, including DG. There we go.
Yeah.
We lost Trig. He was one of our best fighters, and if we come in there without a plan, I know we're days away still, but I'm scared. It's just us.
We gotta somehow find a way in to save Elliot and everybody else. We need everybody we can get.
I can't believe that Trig's really gone. And she's gonna lay her bedroll by the fire and curl up on it. And I will be right back.
Yeah. Where are your friends that you speak of?
Kansas.
It's a camp. Or a prison. Everyone who had magical powers or were a creature not human, they were ganged up. They were taken in. Like criminals, I'm thinking. And they were taken to this prison called Kansas. And they said Lady Tremaine, who's below Xavier, the super bad guy, she said she did it for their own good, that they would survive the cleansing, which is all of this nastiness, the tornado that happened, the darkness that's coming in, it would protect them. And I'm not so sure.
TG kind of solemnly looks at the fire and she says, "You called it Fort Kansas?"
Yeah, it's Fort Kansas.
I was there.
You're a magic user?
No. Can sure, bandage up some wounds and stuff, but never cast a spell in my life. But I remember I was there, and I don't remember much about it, but there was a lot of people there. And I escaped. I don't remember how. All I remember is a flash of blue.
Elliot?
I don't know anyone by the name of...
What about the blue jay?
Yes, the blue jay. Where happy little bluebirds fly. I remember. There was a song. Told me to find the slippers. But I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, I don't remember much.
Like, the shoes?
He just said, find the slipper. They'll guide you home.
Could be a lot of things. Could be shoes, could be slipstreams, could be flippers. I don't know.
Do you remember how you escaped, or how Elliot helped you escape? Because that could be our way in to get them.
I don't remember.
Okay.
There was other people there with the blue jay.
Was there someone named Cal?
That sounds familiar. Shoulder length hair, brown.
Yes.
He wore like a pendant of a wolf.
Yeah, that's him.
He was there, and there was a girl there named Jupiter. I'm starting to remember, and she puts the plate down next to her, and Toto kind of like looks up at her a little bit, but goes back to resting. And Hemlock.
Those are Our friends.
I don't remember how I got out, but yes, this Blue Jay person. He told... I remember. He told me to disguise my name. My name is Dorothy.
Dorothy?
Dorothy Gale.
That's DG. Okay.
You guys are helping piece back to my memories. The longer I'm with you, the more I remember. I want to stay by your sides.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry I wasn't much help in that fight.
It's okay, we didn't expect it to go that way. And you don't look like the hardy sorry. The hardy warrior like some of us are.
I understand. Well, I think I'm going to turn in. I do want to say that I am very thankful for your friend for sacrificing his life for us. Without him, who knows what could happen to him. And she looks at the fire, and she kind of smiles, and she says, she starts singing, and she says, I don't want to sing it, but I also do want to sing it. She starts singing, yeah.
Sing it.
Somewhere way up high, there's a land that I heard of one lullaby. Somewhere birds fly. I don't forget those words, but why, oh, why can't I? If happy little birds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? To Drake.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
My Aunt Em used to sing it to me when I was little, and kind of stuck with me. I always dreamed of far off places, daring sword fights and magic spells, but never thought I would find myself in one.
Dorothy.
Yes, Willa?
Do you have anything to arm yourself with?
I just have my Uncle Henry's sword, but it's old. He used to fight in the war when it first started.
I have a dagger, just in case anything comes up close. It's a little, possibly sharper than that sword you said since it's old, but here. And she hands Dorothy her dagger.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, I'm gonna turn in for the night. Everyone, have a good night. Sweet dreams.
Is everyone else going to bed?
No.
Tara's sleeping.
Okay.
Mira's going to go ahead and sleep, at least through the first watch or so. And by the way, Trey, I can barely make out what you're saying the entire time.
Oh no!
That was better. Like, if I was straining my ears, I heard everything that happened, but I could just barely hear you.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Sounds perfectly clear to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I all the way up for you?
I don't think it's on Trey's end.
Am I all the way up for you?
Yeah, you're all the way up, and I can hear you now.
Okay.
Not having headphones and everything, I have to rely off of the audio that is being picked up through Discord. And if you aren't right up on the mic, it's really hard to hear.
I'm sorry. I'll try better.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't think you really missed much besides my horrible singing and Dorothy saying condolences to
I
Drake.
thought your singing was quite nice.
That was great.
You have a nice voice.
Well,
no,
thank you.
I mean it.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you singing for us.
It was to Trig.
It was beautiful.
Trig.
To Trig.
Trig.
So nothing happens during the nightfall. The switch of Mira going... Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but Willa, she watches as everyone is going down and sleeping, and she thinks Sarah's sleeping. Not sure.
Sarah would walk off, so...
Oh,
yeah.
Well, Willa's going to walk off in the opposite direction that Sarah did.
Okay.
And she feels such regret that she felt like she could have done something more because she sees all of you magic users kicking his ass, and she only has her bow and limited ammo that does barely any damage to these big guys. And she walks off into the woods, just far enough that she sees the fire in the distance, but not close enough for anybody to hear her. And she takes out her magic crystal, and she says, "Why was this taken away? I could do so much better by defeating the darkness. Old gods, can't you hear me? Gods of the forest that my father worshipped? Why? Why was this taken away from me when I could do so much better?
I think I got something for you. So as you kind of walk through these apple orchards, you hear something creak from behind a tree. And a cloak, a black cloak, steps from behind it, and a hand approaches, and it's literally just a tree, and then this figure approaches. It's not like the person this thing was hiding behind the tree, but literally stepped into this plane of existence. She has pale skin, and horns that go up in spires, and she holds a staff in her hand. She says, "I'm listening, child."
Hi, what is your name? You must be an old god. A god of the forest, nature.
A fairy. My name is Maleficent. I heard your call.
It's nice to meet you, Maleficent.
Now, tell me, my dear, what troubles you so?
Magic was taken away from me at birth, or when I was young. And now, fighting against my friend's sides, one of us perished, and I feel like I'm not strong enough. And if only I had my magic and had it for years, I would know how to use it and be more powerful to defeat the darkness that is surrounding us.
Oh, dear, 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 my child, magic taken from you. You know, I have a bit of magic myself. Just came back from a party, a christening, if you will. Be happy to help you.
How could you help me? My magic is in... And she's been holding it. She's like, my magic's in this. And no one knows how to get it out. And whoever is stuck in a prison camp for magical creatures.
Oh. You doubt the fairies have power to restore your magic?
No, ma'am, no. I don't know how this works.
I'd be happy to help you. I know a thing or two about the magic of this world.
You can help me?
Of course. Give me your enchanter crystal, and I'll restore your magic.
Really? This is no trick? I'm a friend of the Fae. This can't be a trick. You can't lie.
You do know about the Fae. Interesting. You know that I cannot lie. Do you trust me yet?
I'm sure Sarah knows of you. Seraphina?
Oh, a glittering assemblage of nobility. I do know of the Harpy Court.
Well, if you know of her, maybe you're good as well.
Of course.
And Willa gives her the crystal.
Maleficent looks it over and she says, "Dear, dear, ancient, powerful bloodline." She taps it and it starts to glow. Blue arcana glow to it. Interesting. You say your memories were taken from you.
Yes, and the only way I could get it back is travel to Arendelle and speak to some trolls, I think.
Rock trolls, they are very proficient in memory charm. Grandpappy is an old friend. He taught me a thing or two.
Are you really going to help me?
Of course.
And Willa, tears up. She's like, if I had this before, maybe Trigva wouldn't have died. And I can save everybody.
Of course. As you wish. Listen well, my dear. Your magic shall return to you on the night of the first full moon. Its power will be granted back to you and your memories restored. Just like that. And you see the enchanter crystal sparkle a green glow in the center of it, and it engulfs the blue of it. Go ahead, take it back, and let it be consumed by you.
She takes it.
You feel the energy of magic rest inside of you as you feel power grow from inside of you, and magic has been restored. And Maleficent, she smiles, and she says, "Good luck to you, Willa, friend of the Fae."
Thank you, and I'll have everything by the next full moon? I could use it?
Absolutely, my child.
Thank you. And she goes in to hug her.
No.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm overjoyed.
It's
Thank
okay.
you.
What an awkward situation. Now, go, be merry, and remember, you are a friend of the Fae. Ta-ta. And she steps behind the tree and disappears.
Willa makes her way back to the camp, and she sits on her bedroll looking around, and she goes to sleep happy.
All right, Sarah, what are you doing, my child?
Sarah just wanted to get away to like cry to herself.
Okay. So, as you're weeping, are you like princess thrown over a log, or are you like dramatic, or are you just like standing and
she's
weeping?
like curled up next to a tree trunk, like tough warrior style, kind of like this, lightly sobbing, like trying to hold it in, but that still doesn't want anybody else to see her cry, type of thing. So like warriors don't cry.
Yeah. So as you have your back leaned up against the tree, you immediately feel the tree disappear from behind you, and a presence stands behind you. And she says, and you hear the woman's voice go, "No, no, dear, you must wipe away your tears."
She takes a deep breath, wipes away her tears real fast, and she stands up, straightens, and turns around to see who's talking to her.
It's Maleficent.
She's
Why
like,
do you weep, child?
Sarah will straighten her back a little bit, and she's gonna be like, "Just the tears for a fallen friend, that's all."
Interesting. I'm assuming you are a friend of Willow, and this is Drake?
She inhales sharply, and she's like, "Yes."
You know, I just happened upon her in my forest. She's crying out to the old gods, and I answered her call. She wanted her magic back.
And what did you trade in return?
Did I show no bear or ill will or anything like that? I bestowed a gift on the child.
You don't just give gifts out.
She said she trusted the Fae. She knew about us.
She knows of rules, I guess. She does know not to trust the Fae, accept gifts from the Fae. You know, listen to the Fae, mostly.
Oh dear, like another awkward situation we found ourselves in. The ranger will indeed roll with magic. Powerful to all who know her. But before the sun sets on the next 3 days, she will prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
Not playing games.
Okay, you know me so well. Of course she won't die. But she will get her magic back.
And this whole spindle thing?
I cast it on a little infant child named Princess Aurora just last night.
What's it should do to you?
I was invited to her christening. You know how the Fae are. We're not invited to parties.
It was very improper of them.
Now you see.
Well, at least do tell me that there's a way out of this pricking finger thing for the little child.
One of the good fairies said that she won't die, she'll just be in an eternal sleep.
Not that bad.
Well, yes. And then I placed a curse on the entire kingdom, and they all fell asleep. Hopefully my thorns won't prick them too much.
That sounds halfway horrible, actually.
Well, I am the mistress of all evil.
Well, will they stay the same age? Is it like timeless sleep?
Unfortunately, yes. You know how magic can be.
Well, at least they get to live forever, I guess.
For now. Unless I have something to do with it.
And what, now you're going to rule a sleeping city?
It's possible, but there are works of a giant returning to Evera. I will find him, and we shall rule together.
Giant?
Yes, a giant named Kor. He somehow managed to slip out of the Vault of Lunas when the darkness and the cleansing started. That is the reason the vault opened in the first place. I also happen to know that Willow is the one who initiated the cleansing. That power is something I want.
You want her power?
I want the power of the dagger. To be able to control the darkness.
Can't control it, you know that.
Without the dagger, yes. With it, absolutely.
Well, you can't have it.
That's okay. I have other things to attend to.
Like the Sleeping City.
Something of the sort. Good luck to you, Seraphina. Or should I say your real name?
You don't know my real name.
Your mother and I were once sisters.
Then why would my mother tell you my true name?
Well, since I am your godmother, I should know these things. But that was all before dear Serana decided to become queen of the Fae and Elves. We had a disagreement.
I could see that.
But anyways, I must be off.
No more,
now.
no more making deals with this party right here.
To ask a Fae not to make a deal. Who are you? Your mother?
They're mine.
Good.
I own them.
Well, we all know what happens when a Fae crosses the path.
Exactly. So I would stay away and make sure whatever little deal you made with Willa doesn't go awry.
Unfortunately, my magic's unbreakable, you know that. But magic always has loopholes, I'm sure you'll... Ta-ta now to find this giant. Goodbye, Seraphina.
Goodbye, Mel.
And she disappears from beyond the forest.
Sarah just makes a face, like, vulgar expressions, and she's gonna go mumbling back to the camp.
The only one that is awake at this time is Willa, who is giddy as she sits by the fire.
Sarah is just gonna look at her like, stay away from any pointy objects for the next 3 days.
What do you mean?
You know, any spindles, stuff like that. I just talked to a friend of both of ours in the woods.
Oh.
Yeah. I heard you made we took a gift from her.
Sarah, I could have done so much better against that battle if I had more than just my bow and arrow, and you know that.
Yes, but now in 3 days you could die.
What happens after 3 days?
Well, hopefully the deal's done with. But she says on the 3rd day you're gonna prick your finger and fall into a deep, deep sleep.
And if I don't, do I get to keep my magic?
I mean, that's part of the gift, so whatever day you guys discussed, you would get your magic.
The next
Asleep or
full
not
moon.
asleep.
Can I tell by the phase of the moon currently how many days that will be?
Roll nature.
Hold on. Let me see my nature 7 plus 5.
Can I help?
13.
Yeah, you can. 13 is alright.
Yeah.
You know that the full moon is approaching in 3 days' time.
So I'll get my magic on the full moon. But I can't prick my finger at all.
Not at all.
Okay.
Stay with any spindles, anywhere. As long.
Spindles? That's it?
That's what she said. She said, pick your finger on a spindle. Is that right, Trey? Okay. But the problem is that it's kind of like a person that's gonna, like, call to you.
What?
A
The
spindle.
spindle? Well, when everybody wakes up, we'll tell them what I did. I did it for the good of the group, though.
Well, I understand. It's just the whole be careful around the Fae.
How else was I going to get my magic? How were we going to get into Kansas?
The same way we're going to do it right now.
If I was more powerful, like you guys, maybe Trig wouldn't have died. That's why I did it. That's what I yelled for the old gods, and a Fae showed up.
Ugh. Yeah. We listen to those. Calling. Normally we trick you guys into thinking we're all gods. And yeah. But nonetheless, who knows what would have happened if you had magic back there or not. We weren't doing quiet taught. That was a demon.
But little arrows don't do nothing against a demon.
Nor did my magic. I couldn't even banish it to a demonic realm.
But I could have heard it. I know I made a questionable decision. But I needed to do it.
Well, no matter what, it's in the past.
If I prick my finger and fall asleep, you leave me behind.
Well, she did it in the whole kingdom too, so we'll have to deal with that. If we survive the darkness.
Okay. That'll be on the bottom of the list.
Yes.
I'm gonna get some sleep. I can feel the power coursing through my veins. I wish I could use it. Just to have a taste of it. But I won't get it until the full moon.
Well, be careful with that feeling, because power can become intoxicating. Especially when you didn't have it for a while. You'll be drunk on it. Watch yourself, that's
drunk?
all. Yeah, like, you'll feel like invincible, basically. That you get kind of cocky in a way. Yeah, it happens. I see it happen a lot.
I'll keep that in mind.
Stare at Tara for a second.
I'll keep that in mind when the full moon approaches.
Good.
And Willow goes down to sleep.
Sarah's just gonna shake her head.
The rest of the night goes pretty well. Mira wakes up to do her round of shifts, and the following morning approaches, and you all have had a short rest. Remember, a long rest for 24 hours. And so do with that with which you will. So the following morning, it's bright. It is a new day. Kind of everything in the past just happened. The fire has doled out, and you guys start on your next leg of the journey, which is through the Frostfell Mountain. Do we have any morning things you guys want to do?
I was just going to say, probably when Mira was woke up in the night, she'd instantly go back into scribbling in her book, like trying to hide tears as like she's writing, and like whoever's awake with her, like it's this really weird, like she'll be scribbling, she'll stop for a second scribbling, then she'll get frustrated and like ball up what she's writing and throw it into the fire and sort of start it all over again.
Okay. We'll probably say that Tara at this time has switched shifts with you. So yeah, Tara, you see this happen. But nonetheless, you all pack up, snuff out the campground, and continue on. The pathway forward towards the mountains are ominous in the distance. Another day passes as you're trekking through the mountainside. Set up camp, nothing too wild or anything like that. The second day brings much of the more of the same, of just traversing the pathway through the mountains. You pass by old ruins of the giant civilization that you know the giants have disappeared a long time ago. Old buildings and ruins. But eventually, the second night comes, and it's the morning of the third day. The morning that Willa gets her powers, and the possible morning that Willa can prick her finger. Eventually, you come across a large gate that blocks your pathway forward through the mountain pass, knowing that just on the other side of this mountain pass is where you need to be in the town of Watford to go into Altus. It's a small glade, and there's this wonderful waterfall that cascades from one of the cliffs, casting a rainbow into the air. And then as you approach the gate, there's this intricate ironwork in the shape of a woman holding out her arms outstretched, almost as if welcoming in a hug. The pathway forward is known as the Upward Pass. There is a wooden cabin at the edge of the glade that has an old painted sign on it that is hardly legible, and a nice wraparound porch of the cabin. And there is a light on it, cabin. What do you guys do?
Sarah's gonna probably check in, and Willow will be like, "How you feeling today?"
I feel amazing. It feels like I have a spring in my step. No. Do I?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
No, I don't hear anything. I just...
You're in the mountains. Where's there going to be a spinning wheel?
In that hut.
Where?
Sarah's gonna be like, all right, and then she's gonna like tiptoe around to the hut and look in the window if she can, and be like, what's the fuck inside here?
Immediately the door opens and you see an older man, older black man, in kind of old peasant-looking clothing, big glasses that kind of enlarge his eyes to make them almost bug-like, and a scraggly white beard and white hair, graying white hair. And he goes, "We're closed. Sorry."
Don't worry, that's fine. You don't have a spinning spindle wheel in there, right?
Why do you need something mended?
No. I have a friend who has an allergy to it. Make sure she's not too close to it.
Oh, that's weird. But sorry, the gate's closed. You'll have to turn back.
Why is the gate closed?
Long story, and I don't have time to talk about it.
Could you please? We're just trying to find a way in. Just because this is the way to travel. Is there a way around here?
Only way through the other side would be taking the high road, which is going to be back from where you came, and take the junction, about a 3 days ride from here, and then take the high road through the pass. But sorry, this is the only way through the other side, and I'm not opening the gate.
Why not?
Like I said, it's a long story.
Well, we've
I don't
got
wanna-
time.
I don't even know you all. How do I know you're not here to rob me?
Well, we haven't robbed you yet.
Doesn't mean that you could at any moment.
That's a good point, so why don't you tell us your story?
He looks at you all just grumpy. He's like, "All right, fine, come inside. I've just poured a pot of tea." He takes his cane and walks inside of the house. It's a nice little sitting room with a fireplace, and there's portraits and paintings along the walls, bookshelf. And he goes into the kitchen and pulls the kettle from the stove, and he says, "Would you guys want some?"
Yes, please.
Just what?
Take some.
Your other friends?
I will as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mighty generous.
Yeah, we could definitely use some tea. We've had a long couple days.
I understand. And he was shaking hands. He pours the tea into the teacups, and he hands you each one of them, and he says, "Before I tell my story, what are you all doing on this road? No one's used it in years."
We have our own long story.
We heard that, in fact, it's the shortest way to get where we're going. As you mentioned, it's quite a bit way going the way of the high road, so we're just trying to get somewhere fast as we can.
I understand. Well, guess I could tell you my story. And he sits down in his armchair, and there's an armchair next to him that looks covered in dust, with a little white doily over top of it. It's a floral pattern. He looks over to the chair, and he nods his head and looks back at you guys. And he said, "Well, a long time ago, when the trade route was so flourishing, my wife and I decided to build a little inn here for travelers that wanted safe passage through the mountain pass here. We had a son, and he was the light of our life. And you see him smile for the first time since you've met him, though his smile quickly fades into remorse. He looks at you all, and my window's open, and someone just yelped. I can hear that. Anyways, we're good. So he says to you all, after the route dried up, so did our funds. My wife grew ill, and the man looks down at his feet where a dog might have been at one time. You have to understand, I was desperate to keep her alive." And he looks up at you with all bleeding eyes. Didn't know it at the time, but I thought it was the goddess's luck that this enchantress came to our homestead. She told me she could heal my wife, but at a price. Told her I didn't have any money, but I would do anything to not watch her suffer. Told her I would pay it, but I needed time. She agreed and started to work on my wife. She told me that she enchanted her heart for her to remain alive, but her physical body couldn't keep it inside of her and needed a vessel. He gets up and walks over to the fireplace and rests his arm against the mantle and looks out the window. That metal gate I created was an image of my sweet girl. I told the enchantress that the heart could go in there. She told me that every day at sunset, my wife would return to me to be able to dance with me and my boy. And then after it set, she would turn back to the tin in the gate. I thanked her, and the enchantress said that she would come back in 3 weeks and would come to collect what she owed. I thought she meant gold. Started selling things just to try and get by. You see a tear form in his brown eyes and streak across his face, and the teardrop hits the wooden floorboard in a silent crash. She took my son, and he begins to weep. I can't let you through that gate, you see. If I open the gate, the magic holding her heart will disappear and she'll be gone forever. I'll be left alone, and I just don't want to go along in this world alone. And before my dog passed, it was bearable, but now... He holds back tears, fighting every urge in his fiber not to cry. But I'm not wallowing in a world that doesn't care about its people. Everything is against me, and every day is a new pain, a new way to ruin my life. I just want it to end. He picks up a portrait on the mantle. He glosses over it with his hands. And I don't stop because of him. He turns the picture over to reveal his son, a young, smiley, happy boy. I don't stop living because I know he's out there and I can't leave him alone in this world. What would happen if he were to get out and come back and find that both of his parents are 6 feet under? He keeps her alive, and every time I look at him, I see my darling Ellie in him. And he stops his story.
Wait, did you just say Elliot?
No, Ellie.
Oh, okay. Mira's like, okay.
I'm sorry that happened to you. What's your son's name? What's the enchantress's name?
The enchantress never told me her name. She was just some woman from the bayou.
I was gonna ask, do I recognize the boy?
Tara, you look at the portrait and recognize what this boy is. Same boy that you used to play with back at Nyx's bayou. Terrified.
Oh no. Tara immediately tears up and takes a step back.
His name was Russell.
Tara, are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I never knew his name. But I knew your son.
You know where he's at? You know where my boy is?
I'm so sorry.
And immediately you see him just fall into the chair that was covered in dust and the doily, and he begins to sob. No.
I'm so sorry. I knew him. We grew up together for a little bit. I wanted to
Was
help
it peaceful?
him.
You know what? Don't answer that.
It was... I tried to help him. I wanted to help him. I wanted to help him so bad.
It's nice to know that he's with my wife.
I'm so sorry.
If you said you tried to help him, I'll help you.
He was my friend. I was nice to him. I liked him. He was so sweet.
That's my boy, Russell.
You don't know how much comfort he brought me.
I'm glad he could. Come on. I'll open the gate for you. And he gets up, and he nods his head, knowing what he has to do. He reaches forward and grabs onto his cane as you guys all follow him to the gate. He places his hand over the sculpture's heart, and you hear him sigh. His arm is trembling, whether from his old age or just holding back tears. You don't know for sure. A golden light shimmers from where he made contact, and the air starts to feel warm, almost like a blanket of comfort that has just been placed upon you. Then, a woman steps down off of the gate, and the golden light surrounds the pair of them. You hear him say, "Ellie," in a low tone. The spectral Ellie nods her head and smiles at her husband. "I've missed you so much, Ellie." Ellie lowers her head and grabs onto his hand, and they start to dance, step by step. It's almost as if years are being taken off of this man. As a swirling apparition of glitter erupts from the mist, and a golden retriever playfully jumps up into the air and dances around them. You see them both kneel down and pet their dog as it licks at their faces. Just beyond them, another figure appears in the light. My boy! The man breaks down crying as his son tightens his arms around his father in a warm embrace. I'm so sorry, my boy. The man can't speak, as if the words have already been said, and his son rests his head on his father's shoulders. The four of them look so happy, so peaceful. The man looks back at you all. Promise me one thing. That love until your very last breath. And remember that the adventure is out there. You gotta find the one, or the ones to share it with. The four of them begin to float away as if carried away by 1,000 balloons before disappearing into the waterfall's rainbow mist. And then, the gate before you opens, letting you continue forward. For a moment, you remember why you're doing this. Why you're on your way to Ozendor to stop Xavier, stop the darkness, and to stop Oknos from returning to destroy all that you know and love. You're doing it for Cal, for Jupiter, for Hemlock, for your sisters of the court, for the lost love of your life, for your father, for Noah, Ronnie, for the light, for Yuna, and for the person who has never stopped believing you, Elliot. All of their lives rest on your shoulders, and if you gave up now, the point of doing anything that you've done before. Terra has been cleansed of the darkness inside of her. Trig has been released from his vampiric hold. T3 found home in a place that she thought forgot about her. Shin is finding a way to control her curse. Seraphine found her people to help her bring the balance back. Mira is on her way to complete her pilgrimage and with a band of misfit heroes. And Willa found a new family, a found family. You're the most important pieces to the story, and you are the ones that will stop Xavier. You will bring peace to Everost, if not for them, but for you. These thoughts bring you through the Tanglewood into the small town of Watford on the Moon. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.